Hi. Okay, I am recording this video in my bathroom because I figured it would give you the most interesting background with my zebra print shower curtain. But about a week ago or so, I posted, excuse me, I posted a very brief and short It Gets Better video. But, I was hysterical the entire time. In truth, I was in the middle of a panic attack, which is why I reacted the way I did. Not that I wouldn't react that way typically, it's just because it is such an emotional topic. But I decided that I want to do this again, and I want to do it better. So first, I'm going to start with my coming out story. So, my name is Tyler, and I am 20 years old. I came out when I was 12. 12 or 13, I was in 7th grade. What had happened was my parents had found some incriminating evidence, and I was kind of backed into a corner where I could lie and make it worse for myself in the end, or I could bite the bullet and do it. So I did it. And it was easily the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I cried a lot. My parents, the typical, it's just a phase thing. Harsh words were said. My mother called me names, which hurt the most because my mother and I have always been incredibly close, and we are still. I don't want you guys judging my mother because she reacted the way she did. I mean, I think everyone would react that way when their child tells them something like that. So my mom called me names, and I cried, and it was a hard time. But what I was amazed by is that afterwards, my father came up to me and he said, "No matter what, Tyler, you are my son and I love you." And I thought that was so amazing because I was so worried about telling my father, because I thought of everyone, he would be the one to call me names and to kick me out of the house, and I was very fortunate. So it just goes to show you that you can't pretend that you know how people are going to react, because you really don't. So my parents were kind of the first people I told. Prior to that, though, I had come out to my best friend, Chad. We are still best friends to this day, despite the fact that I am hopelessly in love with him. But, that's life, and I'm happy that he's still there for me. He just took it and accepted it, and I was so thankful that the first person I told, who was also my closest, truest, dearest friend in life, just accepted me, and I'm so thankful for that. After that, it was just very, I told my friends, my friends kind of always knew. I've never been one to hide who I was, whether I wanted to or not. So one day, I just stopped acting straight, and didn't even faze my friends like they were expecting it. It was kind of funny. I later found out that, when I had my girlfriend, they were talking about me behind my back, saying, "Oh, Tyler needs to break up with Ashley, he's only going to hurt her in the end, everyone knows he's gay," which is kind of hurtful if you think about it, but also kind of humorous, at least to me. So that was my coming out experience. It was nothing prolific, nothing completely earth-shattering. I got to stay in my house, my parents still talk to me. It's not completely tragic, but it's still my story, and I believe that every story needs to be shared. Which brings me to my next part. Just because my family was, as basically accepting as they were, that didn't mean everyone else was. Since 7th grade, I have been bullied mercilessly. In 6th grade, I lived in Pennsylvania, and I was kind of a popular kid in class. I was friends with everyone. I got along with everyone. No one bullied me. My life was good. And then I moved to Michigan for 7th grade through high school, and I walked through the doors of that middle school, and I was immediately labeled a faggot. And that really hurt. It hurt because I had never encountered something like that before. But I've always had thick skin, so I soldiered through it. I internalized a lot of the pain, which, looking back, I shouldn't have done. I should have reached out to someone and talked to someone. But at this point, that's my only regret. the bullying continued through 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th. Stopped my 11th grade. It stopped when I was a junior because I studied abroad in Germany that year, and everybody there was so accepting and so friendly, and, oh, you're gay? No big deal. That's awesome. Let's check out guys together. It was just a really great time. And then it picked back up my senior year. But because of where I had been and the people I had met and the things I had seen, I had grown completely intolerant. I had grown intolerant of intolerance. So the day that someone called me a faggot and threw a rock at my car, I slammed on the brakes, hit my car and put my car in reverse, parked it, marched into the school, and I told an administrator. And unfortunately, they didn't take it seriously. And I'm glad that they didn't take it seriously with me, because if they had not taken it seriously with someone weaker than I fear that something tragic might have happened. I'm not gonna lie, I am a strong person, but all the bullying, the name calling, I was threatened with an axe when I'd walk home from school. People would throw things at me from their car. It did take a toll on me, and I'm not gonna lie and tell you that I didn't think about ending my life, because I did. No one wants this for themselves. It's not that nobody wants to be gay. Nobody wants to be bullied and hated for something that's completely out of their control. So to those of you who think it's a choice, it's really not. I don't know why anyone would choose this for themselves. But back on topic. I thought about it, and I'm so thankful that I didn't do it. Because my life now is amazing, and I'm so happy, and I'm so thankful for everything. At 20 years old, I have already lived out of the country twice. I have 2 visas in my passport, not just like stamps about places I've been to. I have 2 full-blown visas. I can speak fluent German. I'm bilingual. I'm working on a 3rd language right now. I have the best friends in the world. I've gotten to see and experience so many amazing things, and I have met people that stand up for me before I can stand up for myself, which is probably the most amazing thing. In high school, when people would call me a faggot, people would see it happen and hear it happen, and no one would come to my defense. But now I have friends that before I can even open my mouth, they're already jumping on the person who called me a name, and it's absolutely amazing. And I'm so thankful that I'm still here. So to anyone out there who is thinking of doing something harsh and drastic, please don't, because it gets so much better than what your life could possibly be at that moment. It's true what they say, everything gets better with age, so please hold on. Thank you.